Hey, this is Mico, and this video is about drilling. Drilling is what I call the next step in your journey, your process to become a master of what you do, and it's beyond learning, and it's before actually doing things. And I'll tell you why drilling is important. Drilling is basically practicing certain skills that you must have, certain words, certain answers, by repeating them over and over until they come out as though they are natural because you've told them so many times that it just rolls off your tongue, and it's you can say it without being shy, without being scared, without anything. Because again, if you've done this many times, then it'll be easy. Why do you need to drill? Well, you will learn how to answer and how to say specific words correctly and how to convince customers. Eventually, you will learn. It's just the problem is that you'll have to practice on your customers, and in the process, you're going to miss a lot of those customers, a lot of those hits, a lot of the swings you're going to make. You're going to miss. I mean, you're going to miss those swings anyway at some point, but why don't you use your free time, your downtown time against instead of being in the huddle and complaining and commiserating? Why don't you use this time to get better and to be prepared for what's to come? The customer, when the customer comes, you're actually going to be ready. Because again, right now it's just costing you money. We're lucky in this industry that they let us do this, whatever we do, without any education, without any training. Just here you go outside and sell cars. But now it's our responsibility to ourselves to use that time efficiently. A professional maximizes all opportunities, and that's what we want to do. Even if you just knew you're starting, and I'm sure that most of people that watch this, they're new, and they're just starting now, but this will allow you to maximize the few opportunities that you're going to get, because if you knew, you're not going to have repeats or referrals, you're going to have few opportunities, and you want to be better, and this will allow you to be better and ready for when the customer comes. Repetition is how you create mastery. Okay, so my background, as I mentioned before, I come from the military originally. I was an instructor, drill instructor in IDF, Israeli Defense Forces, and we used to have to create lesson plans. And lesson plans needed to have a goal. What is the goal? Like, what is the goal of this video right now? I have a goal in my head. So imagine the goal, like you would think, what is the goal of this thing? Well, the goal could be to tell you things or to teach you things or to make sure that you know how to do things. Wrong. The goal of lessons that I used to teach in the military was that you will do those things. For example, take something crazy, teaching pilots how to fly F-16s, right? So you would think that the goal is that the student will know how to fly F-16. It's not enough. You don't want to give him F-16 and he knows which buttons to push, but you don't know if he's actually going to fly it or going to crash it. And it's the multi-million-dollar plane. Same as with you. You take this customer that potentially can spend $100,000 in one day in your store, okay? And I don't want you just to know how to sell them a car. I want you to sell them a car. So again, that's also the goal should be how you should think about drilling is that you might read a few books. You might read Joe Verdi, Cardone, whoever sales book. Tony Robbins is great. Listen to him, and you will know what you should do. But until you actually do that, you've never done this, and there's no guarantee that you will do that. So you need to practice, and repetition is how you create that mastery. So to know something is to do that, and to do this repeatedly and with repetition until it just ingrained in your brain. Um, you know, uh, just those silly examples, but there's truth in them. That let's take this joke for example. When a patient comes to dermatologist and complains, doctor, my whole body is itching. Okay, so doctor looks at him and looks at like, kind of like try to assess what the hell's going on and ask him, have you tried showering? Guy says, you know what? it's interesting that you ask it because I did try showering. Okay, and what happened? Well, it held for a few days, but then started itching again. So, stupid joke, but the moral of the story is that no matter how well you might know this or think you might know this, you need to practice this. So, until you have experience, you have to drill this. And once you get experience, that's great, but sometimes, you take a vacation or certain things not coming up enough time and you forget how to answer a specific question. That's where the drilling needs to come back. And you want to go back and always start from the basics. And drilling, again, I like this word because it comes from the military. They use this, another example, Navy SEALs use this, okay? They have very advanced tactics on how to do certain things, and they learn in detail, very unique weapons and new technologies and all that. With all that, they always go back. What happens if you take in fire? Okay, you drop, you do this with your weapon, you answer, you move this way, the other guy moves that way. Okay, simple exercises. That's what drilling is. You start with simple things, and simple things is. Let's talk about what this thing is. This is what every website has those things, frequently asked questions. When those websites, customer service websites, let's say, they know what people ask, okay? Those questions, usually 99% of questions are the same few questions that you're going to get every single day. If you get in the same question every day, there's no excuse for not being able to answer that question without mumbling, with congruency, and being ready to know what's going to happen after you answer the question. Okay, so frequently asked questions is something that you need to work on. I'll do a separate video on doing this for phone calls. And, there are companies that do that training, like phone training, and they go through those details. They would tell you what those specific questions are, and they will make you write down answers. I don't want to waste your time just listening to this to go through those small details. I just want you to get the idea. And I talked about this, let's say, in negotiation video. Be ready for when the customer says, is this the best you can do? Because out of 5 purchases, 3, they're going to ask you, is this the best you can do? If that's what happens, you want to be able to answer right away, to know what to answer, and to answer it, like be an actor. Answer this not too fast, not too slow, not mumble, but answer this looking in their eye and what to say. What is your best price? Again, you're going to have this every time. With phone calls, think about what kind of phone calls you have. So just off the top of my head, without knowing your statistics, I'm going to guess that 80% of calls, I saw this car on the website. Is it still available? What is your question? How do you handle this? What are the specific things you're going to say? Okay, because if you're not ready, like I've run around, I just grabbed the phone because it was ringing. Is this car available? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me pull my list. Let me open the website. Let me check. Okay, well, it shows available on the website. Are you ready to buy this? So, this is not going to inspire confidence in the customer. This is going to miss opportunities because what if that car is not available? What if that car is not available? I'm not saying that you're going to learn how to lie to the customer and say, yes, this car is available, come in right now. We don't want to have that BDC craziness environment. But if the customer is asking about a specific car, just get into their head and think, where are they coming from? Does it mean that this is the only car they want to buy? No, it means they're in the market. They're potentially shopping for the car. If they're asking about, is this 3-year-old Toyota Corolla is available, that means they're looking for gently used economy sedan. Okay, so what is my answer will be? Absolutely, I'll be happy to help you. So it sounds like you're looking for fairly used, reliable sedan. Is this correct? By the way, what is your phone number, and are you calling from nearby or are you far away from us? So again, this is just an example. Doesn't matter the details right now. The example is be ready for that question and be ready with an answer and drill that answer. Okay. First step is to think what are the questions you're getting. Second step is to write it down, your answers. couple of options. Okay, it doesn't have to be one answer for everything, but a few options. And third step, the next step will be actually to practice this, to do that, not to be able to answer it. Okay, and just another quick example, credit questions. When people call, and you will get pretty much any dealership gets that. Doesn't matter where you are. I'm in a luxury dealership in the affluent area. Still, we get phone calls asking, well, I just had a bankruptcy. Will you be able to finance me? Well, you have to be able to answer that. You have to be ready to go through steps to answer that. You might not want to know. If you don't know, find out. Google it. Ask your finance manager. Doesn't matter, but be ready to answer that. So, as you can tell, a big part of it is the phone. Okay, we'll talk specifically how to handle the phone, but on the phone, it's even more important because you don't have your personality, you don't have the car in front of you. When the customer comes in, I can have zero personality. I can be my own, natural introvert, just like, hey, and what kind of car you want to see? Yeah, here's the, BMW 3 Series. It's beautiful, isn't it? You want to drive it? Drives great, right? Do you want to buy it? So that's really easy. One of the reasons I work for where I work for is because it's easy to sell those cars. I don't want to work hard. I want to work easy. But on the phone, it's harder. They don't see the car. They don't see me. I have to do something else. I have to have something else to be able to get what I want from that phone call, which is, by the way, not to sell the car, but to bring them in. But that's a different topic. And if not just on the phone, but in negotiation, being ready, knowing what to answer. Is this the best you can do? What is your best price? Can you do that? What if this, then what? Be ready to answer those questions, know what they ask, and be ready. In general, you don't want to do what I just did, saying basically mumbling. A lot of times people don't know what to answer when they're not ready, and we all a lot of us have this habit of going, so let's see. This is a habit. This is a bad habit. We all get that. Some of us get this more than others, and I proactively always try to catch myself and fix that and not do that. It's okay to be quiet. It's okay to pace the customer. So you ask a question, is this your best price? I can lean back in silence, be quiet, and then look at you and say, Mr. Customer, this is absolutely my best price. And that's it, okay? You don't have to be uncomfortable. And this comfort that I have, this confidence that I maybe show, I hope I can show to you, or at least you can hear it if you're not watching, comes from drilling, from doing this over and over again, okay? So how do you actually drill? Well, you can drill with yourself. Start with yourself. You wrote down those answers, repeat them. Say them to yourself. You start by reading them, and then you can go on by actually doing that, by actually saying it. If there's nobody to help you, nobody to role play with, we have videos. Everybody has a phone. Take the phone, record yourself. You're going to be embarrassed first, okay? It's going to look horrible. I hate hearing my own voice, but I do those videos, so that's just an example that you can overcome that. So record yourself, listen, record again, try to be better, listen again, do it again. So first of all, you're going to know what you sound like. You're going to know, or at least kind of estimate how customers might perceive what you say and do, and just use that. Role play. It'll take twice as long. Well, actually, it'll take the same time, but you'll have another person. Find somebody at your dealership that's on the same level as you, that has the same ambition for success, that wants to get better, wants to help you get better, and drill with them. I'm a finance manager right now. My door is always open to any of the salesperson. If the salesperson wants to walk in and drill with me, absolutely, I'll role play with them, and we can go back and forth. He'll do his thing, I'll do my thing, I'll practice my thing. That'll be great. I would love that. So don't be shy. Find somebody that will do that for you. And if you want to take it to the next level, you don't have anybody to do that for you. Well, your sales managers should, that's their actual job to do that. We know a lot of sales managers not going to do that, but at least you can try. Ask your sales manager, will you drill with me? Will you listen, give me feedback, something like that. And the next step is coaching. Okay, I offer and I do coaching lessons, private coaching lessons, either in person or via Zoom or whatever, video, phone, and this will definitely help you take it to the next level. And that's what we want. Okay, these videos will take you only that far. At some point you have to take it to the next step, and drilling, practicing, coaching will take you to that next level. Thanks for watching.